Hello everybody, welcome. There's a couple rules that resellers on YouTube abide by. And one of them is don't talk about shipping. So we're going to talk about shipping today. The thumbnail of the video is a little clickbaity, but it's not. It's not. Because we are going to talk about, and I've waited because, you know, whenever USPS changes something, everybody's so quick to pump out videos on, you know, whoa, these are the changes and this is what it's going to be like. And I've waited because I wanted to have some experience with the new shipping service before I talked about it. And I've come up with a couple things when we're talking about the Ground Advantage. Is that it's beneficial and it kind of idiot proofs, for lack of a better word, the first class shipping policy, or because now you can ship things over £1. So if you just don't pay attention to shipping and you just ship it, then it kind of idiot proofs it, because you can ship things over £1 at their lowest tier, which is the Ground Advantage. Now, having said all of that, here's what my opinion is of the Ground Advantage. So for those of you that don't know, and you've been living under a rock if you're a reseller, that USPS has done away with first class. So first class is history. It's over. It's archives. Doesn't exist. It's now called it's called Ground Advantage. It's called USPS Ground Advantage. I don't know if that's the full name, but it's Ground Advantage is the new service. And that service goes from 0 to £4. That's it. So if it's over £4, it's a priority. And it seems like it's very, it's confusing, because here's what we've noticed. Now, we sell Cabbage Patches, okay? And we sell a lot of them. And some of them go Ground Advantage, some of them go priority. It used to be that we only sent them priority. However, and this is where the glitch in the matrix comes in, and we'll start talking about it, and we'll finish with the example that I have already done. I've done this all my own independent research on this subject. Well, the glitch. And I'll tell you what is happening here versus, and I think this is eBay's fault, not the post office's. So anyways, so for those of you that have been hiding under a rock, they have changed it to the Ground Advantage, and it's, you know, this new shipping service, which is cheaper than priority. So an example of how it works and how it benefits us is this. If you have a 2+ pound, we'll go back to the Cabbage Patch example. Cabbage Patches in our store are 2 pounds, £2 rate, and it goes in an 8x8x14 is what we have as a default, because that's our biggest box we'll use. We ship them in these a lot of the times, which is the priority shoe box, which I used to have memorized. What is it? 8x6x15 is the dimensions here. So if you ship them in these, it's priority. Ground Advantage, it doesn't apply. Here's where it gets confusing. If it's close by, so meaning in our zone or close by, so someone buys a Cabbage Patch and they live in North Carolina, it shows as cheaper on the website, and they pay a cheaper amount on the website for Ground Advantage. However, when we go into our shipping services, it's actually cheaper to ship priority. So it's $7 and change, $7.35 for Ground Advantage, and $7.20 for priority. So why not ship it priority? It's faster, and we don't have to pay for a box. So that works. Then, this is where it gets a little odd. If it's going a little further, so let's say same Cabbage Patch, 2 pounds, whatever dimensions, and it's going to Florida. Now it gets interesting. Because now it's $8.20 and $7 and change for Ground Advantage. So it's cheaper for us to ship at Ground Advantage, right? Wrong. It's not. Why? We got to pay for the box. And it's almost a wash, because really the money that we're saving shipping at Ground Advantage is going to the box. But if we ship it priority, we get the free box and we pay a little bit more. So it's a wash in our mind. Here's where it becomes beneficial. And I'll put something up on the screen to demonstrate my point. Actually, I'll just screen record this while we're talking so I can actually talk while you guys are seeing what's going on. So let me get that all prepared and we'll do that. So here's where it becomes a little bit different. This particular Cabbage Patch is going to Texas. So as you can see, Priority Mail, $9.94, and Ground Advantage, $9.17. So now it's significantly cheaper. However, this buyer picked Priority and paid $13.40. They probably would have been a lot cheaper had they picked Ground Advantage, and they probably would have paid a little bit less. But yeah. Now, where it becomes really beneficial is going coast to coast. So from Pennsylvania to, say, Los Angeles, California, that is where it becomes significantly cheaper. It seems that Priority from coast to coast is right around $15 to $16. I have a cat meowing in the background. If you're wondering what that noise is, that's Small Child. She's playing with a toy and meowing at it. Anyways, that is where it changes. And now it becomes $15 to $16 to ship something across the country. This is retail, so what the buyer is paying. And it becomes more like 12 or 11 to ship Ground Advantage. So now it's significantly cheaper. So let's ship some stuff, shall we? We sold a fair amount of Cabbage Patches. And we're going to talk about the topics, kind of edit them in, the glitch in the matrix that we've been talking about while we ship them some things. We sold this. I'm not going to ship it because Sarah is actually a lot better at shipping this than I do. And this is a topic that I've been kind of sparsing in live shows and things of that nature is y'all are spending a lot more time on things than you should be. This is a good example of something that you would not want to spend a lot of time on because it's not a lot of money. This is $7 plus shipping, and we're getting out of this business because it's just not a business that... These are ads that Sarah has taken and cut out of magazines and put a little cardboard on the backing and then sell them. $7 plus shipping for this. And they're cool, and people like them, and people decorate them, but they're not big sellers. So don't spend a lot of time on stuff like this. It's not really good use of your time. $7 plus shipping. We did sell that. Sold a Cabbage Patch. We sold several Cabbage Patches. Somebody came through and bought 3 or 4 of them. Someone also came through and bought these 2 guys. Again, not big sellers, but we don't spend a lot of time listing these. These take about 5 minutes for us to list. Sell them at $4 a piece. These are old time magazines, although they look valuable and they look like they're going to be a lot of money. This one is Sir Samuel Hoare? Hoare. I don't know who that is. Anyways, and then this one is Lottie Lehman? I don't know. Anyways, this one, old stuff. What do we got? February 18th, 1935 and September 23rd, 1935. $4 a piece plus shipping. Unfortunately, they just made a ton of these things and they're just not worth a lot of money. So you're just going to get, if there's a ton of them out there, they're just not worth a whole lot of money. And Ground Advantage, here we go. Priority Mail is a little bit more. Florida, going to Florida. Interesting. Well, guess what? They're going Priority because it's much easier to do this and put it in this and then put it in a Priority flat rate, which is what I would have done anyways. So these are going to get put in this and then shoved in a bubble flat rate mailer if I can get them in here. The old magazines are just a little bigger than the newer ones. So they don't fit very well. They fit, but they fit snugly, we'll say, in a Priority flat rate. So we're doing this for protection. And then we're going to shove it in one of these. And we're going to ship it out that way because, to waterproof it a little bit. And if I'm honest, that flat rate cardboard mailer, I just don't trust it. It's flimsy. It doesn't seem like it's going to... And I know There's a lot of you out there that are like, oh no, that thing's fine. I ship jeans in it. We don't. That thing just, I don't know. Seems very flimsy to me. So, the one downside to the Do Not Bend stamp is when you stamp it on something that's got a little gloss to it, you gotta let it dry for a little bit, or else you'll get Do Not Bend. So, we sold some things on other platforms. We sold a Cabbage Patch on Poshmark. Ooh, it's this one. No, this one right here. Sold it on Poshmark, $27 plus shipping. We had some good sales on Poshmark, and we've been utilizing the Vendoo delisting, auto delisting, and man, I know I did a video on it, and I'm gonna throw it in here as it has been such a lifesaver to us. Yeah, I've nothing but good things to say about it. It's been very, very good to us, and been working really well. So if you're interested in Vendoo, and I think you should be, because this is quite the game changer, and it's helped us out tremendously. We sold that on Poshmark this week, and we sold this on Poshmark. These are curtains. Yeah. They're curtains. They're Lovely Lady Locks curtains. And I've been explained that Lovely Lady Locks was like an 80s toy. But yeah, Lovely Lady Locks curtains also on Poshmark. $35 plus shipping. Cabbage Patch, $27 plus shipping. And then we sold a lot of 12 military patches. Not a lot, but a lot, meaning lot. There's several in this particular lot of military patches for $12, and that all happened within the last 7 hours on Poshmark. So if you're interested in cross-listing, you're going to try and get into cross-listing, take a look at Vendoo. You can try it out. You can also get 30% off your first month using code Pittsburgh30. That's Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh. Don't forget the H. Pittsburgh and the number 30. It's plastered on the bottom of the screen right now, so hopefully you will not forget. And also use the link below in the description. So use the link below in the description along with the coupon code. You get 30% off your first month using Vendoo, and you can use this awesome cross-listing platform that we use. And frankly, I think it's simpler. I think it's easier to use. It's a little more streamlined than some of the other ones. And for us, the mobile app makes it a lot better to use. So for those of you that are curious, and if you're watching this video thinking, what is he talking about? What is Vendoo? I have several videos highlighting different features of Vendoos on this channel, so if you do want to check those out, they are also on the channel. So we're going to ship this Cabbage Patch. I'll cut out the tape noise for you guys. Still smudging. The Do Not Bend stamp has flaws, so we're just gonna stick a piece of tape over the Do Not Bend section of this. I know there's many of you that believe our Do Not Bend stamp is stupid. But I had to throw this little blurb in because it's funny to me. But what else did we sell? Well, we sold some postcards. This is a cool one, and I love this. This is like, there's a reason I got into selling postcards, it's this reason. Because stuff like this comes along. And this is Cafe Pagoda. It's a Chinese restaurant was a Chinese restaurant in New York City. And since closed, or maybe it's still open, I can't really. I did a little bit of research on this because I was wondering, it's not in New York City, it's in Rochester, New York. It says most exciting Chinese restaurant and cocktail lounge. Is it? Anyways, this is the reason I got into it, because this postcard, although looks like just, random, and it is, it's just pictures of the Chinese restaurant from probably back in the 60s, maybe 70s. And this postcard by itself, $10, $10.09 plus shipping. This minor little, and I have two of them. There's another one for sale. This minor little piece of cardboard, $10. I mean, this took me 3.5 minutes to list. Remember, we go back to that where I just told you guys, watch your time. Don't spend too much time on things. 10 minutes tops, maybe, because I maybe did a little more research on this to try and figure out why these were selling for more money than most restaurant postcards. But how awesome is that? I spent 3 cents on this thing, and I turned it into $10. Pretty cool. All right, because I'm editing this video together, I had no transition from what you just saw to what I'm about to say. So this is it. So we're going to talk about the ground advantage and the glitch that I found. So that's the overview of what my experience has been with ground advantage. There are times where it's still getting the meowing. There are times where it is beneficial and there are times where it's not. So what does that mean for us as resellers? Well, that means we've got one more thing to look at. And you could just throw things out priority and, not really change anything. However, there has been a problem. And I found the problem myself. And because I was wondering why the vast majority of Cabbage Patches we are selling the people are picking ground advantage. And I was wondering why. Now, I understand that the vast majority of the time it's going to show up retail-wise as cheaper. But my thought process is that it should also be slower. And it is. However, there's a glitch. All right, so this is a recent sale. This is a sale that is buyer selected ground advantage. So here we see it up at the top, $7.15. It's actually 5 more cents to ship at priority. And then in this case, we'll probably just ship at priority. But look at the estimated delivery. Estimated delivery says 2nd through the 5th on ground advantage and priority mail 1st through the 4th, because priority should be faster, right? Well, let's go over to a listed Cabbage Patch. We're using the same zip code as that one that I just showed you. So a New Jersey zip code. It is showing right here that although it's $1 cheaper to pick ground advantage, it is showing that the estimated delivery time is the same, August 2nd through the 3rd. Now, when you go into shipping your order, it shows that ground advantage is August 2nd through the 3rd, or 2nd through the 5th, and priority mail is August 1st through the 4th. So that is exactly how it should read on your listing shipping times. They should not be the same. Priority mail should be faster. But it's not. So why, and that answered my question, why is everybody picking ground advantage now? Well, that's because eBay's not showing you that it's slower. They're showing it that priority mail is actually slower than it should, or that it could be. Because there is a potential that this Cabbage Patch, had they bought it right now, that it could get there on the 1st. But according to eBay, it won't get there to the 2nd, at the earliest, the 2nd, even if you selected priority mail. So there is the glitch in the matrix. Weird. And I'm sure it's just an eBay table issue. They're pulling the wrong delivery dates for ground advantage, and they're pulling the wrong delivery dates for priority, and they're making priority seem slower. So why, looking at this screen, yes, of course, why would you pick ground advantage? Or why would you pick priority? It's cheaper and it's the same delivery date. So yeah, everybody's going to be picking ground advantage, and that's just going to be something we're going to have to weed through. So yeah, odd one. Very odd. All right, guys, and that's going to wrap it up here for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. And me and Sarah will be back live Thursday at 9:30, as well as a new video hopefully coming out next week. I might switch to Mondays from here on out, because it seems like it's a little better for us. So maybe next Friday, maybe next Monday. It depends on what I decide. But click the thumbs up button. I'd appreciate it if you like this video. And if you haven't subscribed and you made it this far, what are you doing? Subscribe to the channel. It's free. Do it right now. Click the button. And click the notification bell if you really want to know when I publish new stuff. Or if we're live. One of the two. So, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Good day, sir!